Welcome back to the Benchwarmers. It's your host, Jacob Matherne, and your co-host, Gabe Caraway. Obviously, I'm in a completely
Where you at
different
over
setting today. Dude, I'm at work right now. The grind does not stop. I got called to work early today, or just called into work in general. So, been listening to gospel music for the past, black gospel music for the past hour or so. It's been fantastic. But that's all. Work has been easy money today. Very weird setup. Getting back on my couch. I miss my couch already, but
Yeah.
it's definitely easier because I don't have a planer holding up my mic as I have been for the past few days. So it is what it is.
I got a new setup coming next time. I'm trying to get on the couch in front of the TV, but it didn't happen today. It'll be later.
Yeah, we're a little we ran kind of fast today with our timing, just with work and all. But do you have any stories that you want to say for the week? I know we got worked by the warden.
Oh,
Yeah.
Too soon.
Y'all don't really know, but me and Gabe had a Minecraft world that we started right before last year's summer, and we started back up this break, and we got technically three of the bosses, or two bosses. We had the Inner Dragon, then we have the Wither. We were trying to get the Warden, did not work, but it is what it is. Definitely a sad moment when I said
Everything went wrong.
Game got cooked.
Nothing went right.
Nothing did go right, but we'll get back to it eventually. Won't. But no. But we're gonna go straight to this. Of course, NBA episode. There's no college football left. Sad. It's like 212 days left. I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
We're gonna count down the days as each episode goes. I hope. But so for a little news roundup for the past week, Jimmy Butler got suspended again. Who knew?
Not surprised.
Dude, Miami Heat hates this man. I don't really blame him.
I don't blame him.
It is what it is. So, but Jimmy did make a statement this past week, which is a pretty wild statement. I don't want to, out of all teams, I don't want to go to Memphis. He sent a tweet about it, and I just looked at it. I'm thinking, they don't have Ja or Jaren Jackson Jr. They're all minute restrictions, and they're third in the West. Now let's go to the Suns, where I can play. I don't know, a game of basketball. They're, I want to say the eighth or ninth seed. They're playing some sort of basketball over there. Honestly, I don't really know what basketball they're playing. I only watch the Suns when they're playing the Pelicans because that's such a great game to watch. And speaking of the Suns did trade for 3 first-round picks from the Jazz. Now, how that worked, I don't know. I don't remember the whole trade details of it.
I got it. Yeah.
You got it. Okay.
It's confusing, but
I'll let you cook.
The easy side is the Jazz got the Suns 2031 first, unprotected. The Suns, this is where you gotta pay attention. They got the least favorable of 2025 first-round picks from Cleveland and Minnesota. Least favorable of 2027 first-round picks from Cleveland, Minnesota, and Utah. And the least favorable of 2029 between Cleveland, Minnesota, and Utah. So it's 3 picks, essentially.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I
don't get it. Still trying to figure it out.
Honestly, that works. I'm just trying to get by here. The Suns traded for 3 first-round picks that they're going to get.
Clearly going for Jimmy
Butler. Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's at some point.
I don't know
Hopefully
why.
not right after the episode is done.
Facts. That would suck. I don't know why nor really how that will work. I'm still trying to get all that details together as we go here. But
good pick by Utah. 2031. They're going to be bad. That's a good pick.
I guess. I don't really know anymore.
I don't know what the Jazz are doing either.
First,
They have no direction.
one first round pick for dude, that hurts my brain so much. But yeah, another big news thing that happened. Let's go switch to our main topics here. All-star starters. So of course you saw last week where we did the main all-star starters and bench players for our team that we the all-star team that we think that should have it. Let me pull it up here. Well, there's one big outlier in all the all-star starters.
Polar bear.
What I would say polar bear. I would just say person as left out. Really.
Okay.
But I'll read them right now. In the East, there's Brunson, Mitchell, Tatum, Giannis, Cat. I don't think that's that bad. I think that's pretty good. To the West.
Yep.
Whew. Shea, Curry, LeBron, Durant, Jokic. There's your polar bear. It's really Stephen Curry in this one. I love him to death.
Yep.
I love him to death, but it should have been Anthony Edwards, in my opinion. But all in all, that's not that bad. But you are missing really one big key factor in the left out. He's like fourth in MVP voting right now. Did you know that? Yeah. Victor Wembanyama is not a all-star starter.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Which is kind of stupid just because, I mean, he's fourth in MVP voting. Of course he's not going to play where Jokic is at because that's a center. So you're pretty much got to put him at the power forward, which is where Durant's at.
Which is deserved.
Yeah. I understand why he got snubbed because of Jokic and Durant being there. But, I mean, a few people that also got left out here. Trey Cunningham. Oh, my gosh. Trey Young, Cade Cunningham. I'm just going off like a list in my head. LaMelo. Definitely. Damian Lillard.
He's probably in the bench group. I think Dame should have started.
Yeah, I agree. I'm okay with that.
Whatever. And then he dropped a triple-double right after the voting, so that was funny.
Yikes. Yeah. I think Cade Cunningham could have made it over Donovan Mitchell or Jalen Brunson, in my opinion.
Did you see the it was NBA on TNT, they announce it. They do like their own picks. They put them up on the screen. Charles Barkley had Giannis as a bench player.
Well, that's Charles Barkley for you.
I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. Let me put a marker. It was bad. Oh, gosh. He's the worst on that panel. I mean, let's be real.
I agree. Yeah. Tyler Hero. Oh, my gosh. Tyler Hero got snubbed like crazy. There's people in my opinion that got snubbed.
Mitch starting was crazy, in my opinion. I know the Cavs are 1 seed and all that, but at numbers wise, he's not even having his best year, really.
Yeah, I agree. No, I completely agree with that. He's definitely in a down year as it is, especially against top defenses. I know against the Thunder, he shot, I think like 5 shots made.
He was bad.
20 shots attempted. It was bad. It was awful. But the Thunder would do that to you, so you can't really do much about it. The Rockets had him in shambles the other day as well. So he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's an all-star level player.
Yeah, Garland sold that game.
Just not an all-star starter. But yeah, we're gonna move on here to the Rookie of the Year race, which has been only thing that's been exciting for a Pelicans fan. We're gonna go through our top 5 Rookie of the Years. I'll let Gabe start real quick. Go ahead and let you start this one out as well.
Okay. Let me scroll. All right. So my top 5 right now would be, and this was actually a pretty. I narrowed it down to 5 guys, and I think this is the right 5. I think the order was a little bit difficult for me. Really, the top the top three in particular, I had issues putting together. Number one, I would have Stephon Castle, who's averaging 12, 3, and 4 on the season. He's actually playing right now.
He's playing right now, yeah.
40% from the field, 26% from three. You stinky. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's something we knew coming out of college. That wasn't really his game. But he's having a really good week. I meant to put down his box scores from the past week, but he's having pretty good scoring-wise. Number two, I had Alex Sarr. Started out his career. I remember the preseason. Thought he was going to be a bust, not going to lie. But he's actually playing pretty good. Efficiency is going down as of late. He's averaging 12, 7, and 2 right now. 40% from the field was also. And 31% from three. Also kind of what we expected. And then this third guy, I'm not going to lie, before the season, didn't really know who this guy was. Jalen Wells for the Grizzlies, who's currently averaging also 12 and 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But he's shooting 44% from the field and 39% from three for the Grizzlies right now, which is good because they need spacing. So it was a bit of a surprise to see him doing this well. And then my next guy is also from the Grizzlies, Zach Edey. This one and the next one are pretty close. I would interchange them and be fine with that. Zach Edey's averaging 9.7 right now. Assists aren't important, but he's averaging 1 block. And he's shooting 58%. And I think his three-point percentage was good, but it's like a very, very small sample size. Although he is shooting them, unlike he did at Purdue. And this next guy, again, it's pretty close, but Yves Missi has to make the top 5. Averaging 9, 8, and 1 block as well. And he's also shooting 56% from the field. And this, I don't know. Does he take threes? I don't think he does.
No,
I didn't see
not.
a percentage. Yeah.
No, he does not.
So, good for him.
I think it's a great list. I have a lot of similarities. Stephon Castle is also my number one. I have you said most of the stats. I have Jalen Wells 2. I have Alex Sarr 3. And this is where I get a little one here. I got Yunus Messi 4. And Kellen Ware 5 of the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Ware's been going off kind of recently. I don't have his stats in front of me. I'll pull them up real quick because I did forget to do that. Kellen Ware.
Averaging 8, 5 right now, a block. It's pretty good. I think it's been one of the. They need to play him more, probably.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the last 2 games he had 25 and 20. I mean, he's shooting a lot of threes. He's shooting threes for a big man. So hopefully him
37%. Pretty good.
That's a dog for real.
Keep shooting.
Keep shooting, dog. You do you. Him and Bam should be a good duo. To come if Bam turns into whoever Bam is.
He actually plays up to what we expect.
Yeah, I lost Bam a long time ago, unfortunately.
15 points. And Jimmy hasn't even been.
So we were gonna go some trade block landing spots, but obviously I don't make any trades. Gabe, did you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll let you cook then.
Because the NFL one I didn't do anything, so I tried to cook.
Yeah, I'll let you cook on this one since I didn't do it.
Shout out Spot Rack or Spot Track, whatever you say it. One of my new favorite apps. Just an NBA trade machine app. I recommend for all the listeners who want to recreate these or make their own. So the big 5, the top 3 more than maybe the last 2. Although Cam Johnson's also been in a lot of trade rumors. So these are for Jimmy, Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and Cam Johnson. That's the 5 that I've done here. The one at the end is kind of, you have to bear with me when we get there. It's not going to happen. No chance at all. But the ones that I made at the top are more realistic, I think. For the first one, we'll start with Vucevic. I think the Warriors is a good landing spot. The Warriors, when's the last time they had a real competitive center? Probably Boogie. If I had to really, Kevon Looney had a couple good runs there, but he could only do so much,
Happy fun time.
Bucks legend DeMarcus Cousins, of course. He was actually elite that half season we brought him in. Then we cut him for nobody. That was pretty depressing. So for the Warriors, they would be giving up Gary Payton, Kyle Anderson, Guy Santos, I'm assuming is how you say it. And then also a 2025 second from Miami and a 2031 second. Salary-wise, that all works out. Gary Payton and Kyle Anderson aren't the most desirable assets if I'm the Bulls. But I think Vucevic, I can't remember what his contract number was, but for his age and everything, I think they need to move on. Kyle Anderson's not like crazy old, if I'm not mistaken. Gary Payton, too. Might not be that old either. And then the 2 second-round picks here, I think, are probably the most desirable asset here from the Bulls. I'm just trying to get anything at this point. It's time to blow it up. I don't know what the heck they've been doing the past, 4-ish years. A guy like Alonzo, too. I don't really think he fits in their future, but I don't know if they could trade him right now for anything that's significant at all. The next guy I will do on this list is Cam Johnson. I have the Grizzlies here as a potential team. I think they need a 3-and-D guy. That's what Cam Johnson's been doing this year. So the Grizzlies will be giving up Brandon Clark, Luke Kennard, and I have Vince Williams Jr. Just as a young guy to throw in there because I think the Nets are going to be interested in some younger pieces. Brandon Clark's not crazy old. Luke Kennard's on an expiring deal, I think. So, and then also the highlight would be a 2025 first and a 2027 second from the Hawks. I know the Nets' asking price was apparently 2 first-round picks for Cam Johnson. They're not getting that. He is under contract for a while, so I think it's reasonable to assume the Nets might want to keep him around. I think he's under contract till 2027 or 2028. But I think for the Grizzlies, this is the guy you need to fill out the starting lineup. Also thought of Zach LaVine for the Grizzlies, but I think Cam Johnson gives you a little better defense. Now, shooting-wise, Zach LaVine has been doing very well this season. But I would say Cam Johnson's a better fit for them. And speaking of Zach LaVine, the next one is to the Pistons. I think this is a team that makes a lot of sense. Their offensive, specifically half court, numbers aren't great. Cade Cunningham's doing a lot of heavy lifting on offense. I think LaVine gives you some scoring. Now, whether the Bulls are going to want to trade him in the division, that remains to be seen. But the Pistons, Zach LaVine got a big old contract, so this was a little bit hard to make work for the Pistons. I don't know if the assets necessarily make sense for the Bulls, but it does work out contractually. Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, obviously big contracts. They suck, bad, no good. But they're more movable. They're more movable contracts than $48 million.
That's better.
Which Zach LaVine has a $48 million price tag. Hardaway, I believe, has like 16. I don't remember what Tobias Harris's was. Those are movable. The last guy here is Marcus Sasser, and that's the highlight. If I'm the Bulls, that's a guy that I would want to get my hands on. Will the Pistons want to give him up? For Zach LaVine, maybe, but I don't know. He's a young guy. He's been doing pretty good. And then a 2025 second from the Raptors as well would be going to the Bulls. Again, getting all the picks they can, I think, is their goal. The last one, I did not do well. The second to last one. So, Jimmy to the Suns obviously has been the deal. Bradley Beal's been getting thrown around. So in this scenario, I have Jimmy and Alec Burks from the Heat, just for contract's sakes, had to throw him in. To the Suns for Bradley Beal, a 2025 second from Denver, and then a 2028 second from Boston. So, I mean, the Suns seem to want Jimmy really bad. Do the Heat really want Bradley Beal? Probably not. I think they would probably want a first. They're not going to get a first for Jimmy. But in this scenario, the Suns do get what they want. And then the last one, this was just for fun. This is not I have this labeled "No chance this happens" trade. It's a 3-way trade. You got to hold on.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
You got to hold on. So it does involve Jimmy and Beal, and then also I've thrown in the Bulls here with Zach LaVine. Okay, Jimmy goes to the Suns. That's what the Suns get. That's it. Now they're going to be giving up picks here in this scenario. So the Bulls in this scenario are getting Bradley Beal. They're getting a 2027 second from the Spurs. And they're also getting a 2029 first, which is from Cleveland. So that's what the Bulls get. The Heat are getting Zach LaVine, a 2025 second from Denver, and then a 2028 second from Boston. And the Suns get Jimmy. That's the 3-way. So do the Heat really want Zach LaVine? Do the Bulls really want Bradley Beal? That remains to be seen. But the Bulls do get a first-round pick in this scenario. The Heat would probably want the same thing, but I don't think they're going to get it. They do get 2 seconds, and Zach LaVine. He's younger than Jimmy, I suppose. I don't know if it really fits in their future. And obviously, the Suns get who they want. So that's the one that I don't think is going to happen. Although a 3 or 4 team trade's been thrown around in the news.
That 3-team trade is definitly a trade of all time.
Oh,
That's a trade I'll make in 2K just out of pure random and somehow hits. But yeah, we're gonna move on here. It's time for some of my favorite segments. Actually, my second favorite segment. It's hate hoops because ultimately I love hating. It's not. I didn't pick a certain player for this. I picked a group of players.
Yeah, a team's okay. I've done a team before.
Yeah. It's not really a team either. It's the bench players for the New York Knicks. That's what I picked.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Tom Thibodeau plays the starters 40 minutes a game every single game. In the past, give or take 5 games, they have scored on average 5.4 between all the players, and in total 114 points. In the last 5 games. About 45 overall rebounds. This is in about 13.6 minutes of average of all the bench players. They've been averaging 4.5 points, 2.1 rebounds, 1.3 assists on 48% shooting, and a pretty good 40% from 3, but I'm not really going to count that for a small sample size. Their highest scoring game was Cameron Payne, but this is when he's in 13 minutes, all in the first half versus the Timberwolves. Precious Chua played 36 minutes that game, had 6 points. Buns. That's what that man is. That man's buns.
Oh, we knew that. We knew that.
Landry Shamet. Did you know he was in the Knicks? Because I didn't.
No, I did not.
There's more you know. Miles McBride, Deuce McBride, the guy I thought who was going to be in the running for 6th man of the year is what we call buns this year. 9.2 points, 2.5 assists, 2.5 rebounds, almost 3 assists, a steal, and about 0.2 blocks a game on 42% from the field and 38% from 3. I hate you. I hate my life. I hate watching the Knicks because they just freaking want to run out their players at the gym. But I'll let you hate now.
Yeah, well, mine's a guy I already mentioned, Jimmy Butler. Now,
I hate that guy.
This isn't a traditional hate segment. He doesn't have like egregious. Well, you could say that. He doesn't have like egregious stats or anything. Now, my big point is here. I'll just give you the averages first. 17, 5, and 4 when he plays. But he's been suspended twice now. Let's keep that in mind. He is on a 3-year, $146 million deal. And you're getting 17, 5, and 4 and 2 suspensions and locker room drama. So that's good. 54% from the field, 36% from 3. 36% from 3 seems high for him in his career. I'd have to look. He's also missed games, so He's getting $48 million a year. Let that
That's
sink
a lot
in.
of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, suspended twice. He's been injured. I mean, we know this is a thing the past few years. Injured almost every regular season for long stretches. I don't even know the most games he's played in regular season recently. And then even when he plays this year, again, I read you the averages, not necessarily playing up to the pay grade or the trouble he's causing. So I kind of see where Pat Riley's coming from. Their obviously relationship is tarnished. I said a word, but I don't. I started to say a word, and I was like, man, I'm going to sound really smart. But then I forgot the rest of the word. I only remember 2 letters. So we're just going to move on here. I think they need to trade him. I think it's time. They definitely need to. Will it be the Suns? I don't know. I don't know what the Suns really have or what the Heat want. I don't think Bradley Beal is going to be something the Heat really want to have. He actually has a bigger contract for less. It might be averaging about the same. But a bigger contract for Bradley Beal. Maybe slightly younger, but he's not that good either. So,
all right, yeah, no, I hate that guy. I hate everybody that we've mentioned today. But I do love this guy. Man, if I can count how many hands that this man has saved my team this season, it's a lot. It's Trey Murphy. I mean, we all love him. I didn't give him the credit I did last week. You briefly mentioned him a little bit as an honorable mention. But for the past 10 games, now, I'm going to mention the efficiency is not good. But he is averaging about 24 points a game, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 1.5 steals, 1 block on 45% shooting, 35% from 3, and about 91 from the free throw line. While having a plus minus of give or take minus 1.1 just because Pelicans have not been the best the past few games. But all in all, that's my dog. I love this man. I will get a Trey Murphy jersey soon until he gets traded to the Bucks like Drew Holiday did.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. We're actually more interested in Herb Jones, but he's injured, so we'll have to save that for the offseason.
Stay away.
We'll make a move. We can give you Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis, so go ahead and take that off our hands. Apparently, we're throwing them around in trades. Who want me? Nobody. Chris can't move laterally, and Bobby, I don't know. He'll drop like 20, and then the next game he'll miss every easy hook shot, and we do need to trade him. I agree. My hoop credit, I actually thought you might mention him. It's Mark Williams, man. It's Mark Williams.
Oh, yeah.
A bright spot on the Hornets. No Brandon Miller. I think he may be out for the year. He was playing, I think he was averaging like 20. So this is the last 8 games for Mark Williams. I'll actually give you his season averages are 15, 9, and 2. And also giving you 1 block and 62% field goal percentage. But in his last 8 in particular, he's giving you 20, 12, and 3. And that's 64% true shooting in that stretch. The team is only 4-4 in that stretch, but look at the rest of the team.
Yeah.
They did beat the Suns with KD, Booker, and Beal, so that was a good win for them. But they just lost to the Trailblazers, I believe, a couple nights ago. So, but Mark Williams, man, I always liked Mark Williams. He had to work his way to really get into this position, I think, because they had what was the other guy? Nick Richards. That was another center they had on their roster who I actually really liked a lot. I kind of wanted the Bucks to make a move. We don't have any assets, so now Mark Williams gets to step in. I actually cannot name another Hornets center on their roster right now. So, and obviously going forward, I think Mark Williams, LaMelo, and Brandon Miller. Hey, I'm just saying that's not a bad young 3. Now it's the rest of the players that suck real bad. They're horrible. Grant Williams, I believe he's still on that team. What a fall off by Grant Williams. Celtics Merchant, bench Merchant, Bucks defense Merchant for sure in that playoff series where he hit like 15 threes, I want to say. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember how many he hit. The important thing is here that Grant Williams sucks and Mark Williams is good. Best center option the Hornets have, and they got rid of Nick Richards because of it. We should have talked about Nick Richards' trade. I don't remember where he got traded now. I think about it.
He got traded?
He did.
Oh, my fault. I'll look up. Also, we do have.
He wasn't like a 4-time All-Star or anything, but he was pretty good.
Brandon Miller did get injured. He's having
Suns.
surgery.
Good move for the Suns.
Good move for the Suns. Okay, all right. I respect you.
Because Nurkic is like barely an NBA player at this point.
I hate that guy. I hate Nurkic. I hate Nurkic, man.
He's so bad.
All right, Gabe. It's time to play a little game. We do this every single week, every single episode.
Gabe, short episode.
Yeah.
Gabe did 45 minutes probably.
Wait, we're moving fast today. Gabe did Santana Moss for the NFL version. I did Ray Allen for the first official. So this is the second official NBA one. Gabe, this person is an active player.
Okay. I'm gonna write this down as we go.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did last weekend. Got me help. He was a first round pick, the 7th overall pick back in 2012.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
He was a part of the 2012 and 2013 All-Rookie team. He was drafted
Can I get one other player in that 2012 draft class? Not this guy. Just give me one name so I can.
Oh, Lord.
Because was that? No, that would have been.
Let me look up real quick.
That wasn't Kyrie. No, that was later.
That was your Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd Gilchrist draft.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I said Michael Kidd Gilchrist, fight me.
Well, he was draft guy, so.
So he played for 4 teams.
Okay.
One of these teams I actually forgot about when doing this. He is an NBA champion. I'm not telling you which year yet, but he is the NBA champion to the team he got drafted to. Okay.
How long was he with that team?
He was with his first team for 4 years, the second team for 3 years, third team for 6 years, and this last team for 1 year, which he is still on now currently. Okay.
So his first team is where he won the championship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For the career, he's averaging 14 points a game.
Okay.
5 assists and 5 rebounds, 2 assists at the small forward / power forward position.
Small forward, power forward. Okay. That's his career points per game?
Yes. This season, he's averaging 11 and a half, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Okay.
Gave you a lot to work with here.
You did.
Let you think about it before I say anything else. He went to college. By the way, he went to college at North Carolina. He was the ranked number 1 in his recruiting class in 2010.
Okay. Look at what I got here. AD draft. Gosh, who else was in that?
I didn't know he was. I thought he was in the draft before. I thought he was in the draft after 80. That's what that kind of threw me off from making this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh, he was the same draft class.
4 years with his first team, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Where he won NBA champion.
Okay, yeah. So, oh gosh, 2012 was the Heat, I believe. 2012 was
Yes.
the Heat.
You are correct.
2013 was the Spurs. Wait. No. Did the Heat back-to-back? Can't remember. Might have been the Spurs. 2014 might have been the Heat or the Spurs. I don't know. I got those confused. (2016) was the Warriors. Wait, now.
I'll go and give you his best year number real quick as well, because I did forget to do that. His best year was in 2016-2017 with his second team, where he averaged. Oh, let me find it. Give me a second. Oh no! Can I please? Thank you. Where he averaged 19.2 points, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, a block, and a steal, and 0.2 blocks. And so you could say he was snubbed for the All-Star team during this time. He did not make an All-Star team. I was gonna give him my bag with like unknown All-Stars, but I didn't feel like doing that to you yet.
Yeah, I'll probably do something similar for NFL. I think my best bet is to guess which are the champions in that time.
Dude, good.
2012 was his rookie year, correct?
Yes.
No. Okay. Well, Heat, Spurs, Warriors, Cavs were the 4 champions in that time frame. 1 each. That does not help me at all. Heat. They wouldn't have had the 7th overall pick in 2012. Spurs. This doesn't help me.
We gave you one of the teams.
Yeah, not the main one, but like, just what is he on now? He's saying he's still playing, right?
I cannot tell you that because I'll give it away. He
okay.
played for Dallas. And I'm not telling you what time frame, but he also played for Sacramento.
Okay. So I think. See, first team I don't know. Just put a question mark there. Mavs or Kings, and we also don't know the team he's on now. Okay. Mavs and Kings players. Let's do this.
I forgot I'm not gonna lie. I forgot this guy played for Dallas. I would never think of this man as a Dallas Maverick. I would think of this man as a King. I'm not gonna lie. I would think of this man as a Sacramento King. And for your final main guess before I actually start naming the teams,
okay.
This guy is probably the most bland and mid player of all time. That's what I'm going to say. That one should kind of give it away. Bland and mid player, played for Sacramento and Dallas.
You put that under attributes. Bland mid. Okay. Not exciting.
No, he's not exciting. He's actually far from
tell me He might be a big.
Power forward / small forward.
Okay.
6'8", 225.
Okay.
This guy has a pretty cool nickname according to Basketball Reference. It's Black Falcon. That's looking a pretty cool nickname. I've never heard it once.
I've never heard anybody with that, but
he's 32 years old as well. So he's been around the block. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Heat, Spurs, Warriors, Cavs. Guessing that off the champions, the first team is probably my best bet. But I don't think he would have had the 7th overall pick, 2012. So I don't feel like that was his first team.
You would be correct. I will give you that. You would be correct.
Maybe the Warriors or the Cavs. Is who I would guess.
Okay.
Was his first team.
Okay, I will
based
say
on draft position.
I would
they would have
say,
been bad then.
I will cut down those two. You would be correct about those
two. Okay. All right.
But theoretically, hypothetically, the Cavaliers never won a championship during this time. While he was on the first team. They won in 16, where he was on Dallas. But
2015-16. Okay. Technically, well, yeah, I guess so.
Hypothetically, he did win a championship.
Warriors.
15-16, yep. Now, think who's on that Warriors team. Get in your bag. Get in your bag, son.
Mavs, Kings, after one of those teams. I would kind of guess maybe he had a short stint with the Mavs after the Warriors, and that's why we forget. And then he went to the Kings. That's what I would guess.
He got traded mid-season in 2018, 2019.
Okay.
I believe it was at the trade deadline to the Kings. I don't know what that trade consists of. I'm not going back that far. My brain already hurts. Let me see.
Who was on that Warriors team? That's the question. At small forward, power forward, too.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. Here's a pick. Here's a draft trade. February 7, 2019. Traded by the Dallas Mavericks to the Sacramento Kings for Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph. Ew.
Justin Jackson, man. Forgot about him. NBA champion with the Bucks. Oh, man. The college should be helping me more, but I'm not good. I don't have a good college basketball history.
Oh.
I mean, North Carolina, it's not MJ, so I got that. It's one step in the right direction. We know it's not MJ. Mavs, Kings, man.
He's boring. This guy's boring.
Anybody with better knowledge than me will probably have this by now. Specifically North Carolina. That would probably help somebody out. Doesn't help me out a whole lot.
I would not think this guy as a North Carolina. I'm not gonna lie. So you can eliminate that. I have a pretty big knowledge of college basketball. I knew he went there. I just didn't. I was never thought him of it at it. You want your final team?
I already have the.
You have one. Oh,
the one he's on now.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if that's going to help, but sure.
It is. Okay, so he got drafted by the Warriors.
Yep.
Signed a new contract with the Mavericks after his 4th year. Traded midway to the Kings. And then he signed a new contract this offseason with San Antonio.
The thing is, I do think of him as a Maverick. I remember that era pretty well.
You do? That's crazy. Crazy.
I do remember him playing there.
I do not.
I think of him more as a king and a warrior, though. I'll agree.
I think more of a king. See, when I was looking through it earlier, I'm like, dude, there's no way I can think of this guy. And I'm like, you know what? I'll go between him or Andrew Wiggins. I didn't know which one I really wanted to do. Nice.
Something fell. That's who I was thinking, but I know he didn't go to North Carolina.
I didn't know that, to be honest with you. But yeah, for our final little debate here, of course, you know, me and Gabe love to debate here.
This one's gonna be good.
So we're thinking, what should we do? And we're like, you know what? Let's do some pasta. If y'all
this weekend, hold on. There we go.
If y'all don't know, I was an offensive lineman for a good part of my life, pretty much most of my life, and so pasta is pretty much all I ate. This is the only correct top 5 pasta, and I'll put that on anything.
I think it's gonna be similar.
Number
I
one,
don't think it's gonna be too crazy.
chicken Alfredo. It's the only thing right. Chicken Alfredo. Number 2, fettuccine Alfredo. Number 3, spaghetti. Okay. Number 4,
I agree with that spot.
is a good carbonara.
You're missing one, but like I wouldn't think of it either until I did some research.
That's fair.
You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it.
And then number 5, I like just a good shrimp, garlic, butter noodles pasta.
Okay.
That's the only correct list. I will not hear anybody out.
Was chicken Alfredo first?
Chicken for Alfredo was first.
Okay. Does that makes my 5? These aren't this. Yeah, these are in order. Sure. Yeah, I'll put these in order. Okay, my first one. It's always been my first one. It's lasagna. It's always been my number one.
It's not a pasta. I refuse to think it's a pasta dish. That's me though. That's not a pasta dish. It's okay.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
What's it made of?
Keep going. I hear.
It's made of pasta.
I understand. It's okay.
Second is mac and cheese, which is pasta.
Okay, I did forget.
Yes.
That's fair.
Okay, 3 spaghetti. 3 spaghetti.
Yeah.
Number 4 is chicken Alfredo, which is the top 3 so elite. I couldn't put it any higher, but it had to make the list.
That's fair.
The last one is pasta carbonara, which is underrated.
I do like pasta
That's
carbonara.
Underrated.
I do like pasta.
That is
carbonara.
underrated. These are actually good lists.
I don't think of lasagna as a pasta dish, but
it is, bro.
I can see it because it is made with the pasta. The layering is pasta. Well, I guess we'll just finish up the episode.
Yeah, it says you can't turn it back on apparently.
So Gabe's gone. Good job, but
my audio's here.
Audio's here. He's right there. He's somewhere around here. But thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. It's a short episode. Like I said, it's starting to be a little short now as days go on. We count down college football. Hopefully, we figure out a day that's actually going to be for next year. For next episode. For going forward, NFL. We'll be recording on Mondays. Y'all should get the footage on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, Gabe.
For this?
For like normal episodes for NFL.
Yeah, we record early.
Yeah, and then of course the NBA is gonna be on Friday, so you'll see this on Friday, which is today. So
nope, today's Saturday.
Oh, today's Saturday. You'll see this on Saturday, but normal we'll do Friday. We just didn't feel like doing it yesterday, but that's besides the point. Hope you have a great day. School schedule's coming up, so everybody do great at school. Don't flunk out like me for real, and have a fantastic semester.